Back on the Rob Dibble Show with Ben Darnell on your afternoon drive. Kirk Kaplan on the ones and twos.
Great song, Kurt.
It's a very nice song.
Gets me in the mood. What?
I could play some Seven Dust or some Shine Down or even some Slipknot since it's my birthday.
Oh, that's what you wanted? You're going to play some more Sinatra at the end.
That's after my second bottle of wine tonight. I'll be listening to that tune. I'm kidding.
No, third bottle.
I just heard from Norm Charlton. He's like, dude, we're old. It sucks.
Yeah.
But it's been fun. It's been fun. I wouldn't change a thing.
So it's Rob's birthday today, a ripe old age of 39 for the Dibs.
Yep.
And, again. My favorite thing is just you being old. I love it when people come up and they're like, Rob Dibble, can you still throw 100 miles an hour?
I can barely throw it from 20 feet away to that wall.
Three pitches together, 33.
Here's the scary thing about
33,
it.
33, 33. That's almost 100.
Probably 10 years ago, I mean, not that I could throw hard, but I could throw a lot longer. And I wasn't worried so much about the kids, like a 12-year-old kid taking my face off. Now I worry. I have to get behind the L screen when I throw them batting practice because now they, aluminum bats, they're worried about their exit velocity, and it gets on you quick from 30 feet away. And so that's, as you get older, your motor reflexes just disappear. Yeah. And so when kids, like the other day, I get hit. I was feeding the machine. Kid hit a line shot, hit the tire, hit me right above the eye.
Man.
And I was like,
off the tire spinning?
Tire spinning, 77 miles an hour. That stung.
I bet.
But my pride was hurt because I was like, do I got to wear a helmet inside my own batting cage?
What was the reaction? Was it?
Oh, they were all so nervous.
No, but did you drop?
No, I just bent over because I was like, is it bleeding? Because I had my hat, I had the Ken Griffey Jr., I had the hat backwards, and it hit me like right on the brim.
Yeah.
Underneath and right above my eye.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, man, I'm old and slow.
No, I don't think that's an old moment. Not at all. I think it's pretty impressive that you're at your age and you get hit by a 77 mile an hour line drive and you're still up and asking, is it bleeding or not?
Punch. I was just like, is that bleeding? No. Okay, get back in there. But no. At this point, though, birthdays are fun.
Yeah?
Birthday's fun, yeah, because you hear from people you haven't heard from in a while because they're getting older, too. And, obviously I've done a lot of things in my life and met a lot of people, and it's always fun to hear from them on your birthday. And you realize, man, you should stay in touch more the rest of the year. But Bill O'Brien being brought back to the Patriots, I saw this coming. I don't know if you saw this coming. I thought it's a lot quicker than I thought that they would make a change. But I think that Bill Belichick wants to stay. I mean, I don't know if you saw this story. Artie Moreno is going to keep the Angels.
I did see that last night, yeah.
Knowing that, I just think, as you get older, you get more sentimental. And as he was getting close to selling this team, he had some guys from the West Coast that wanted to buy it for $2.5 billion. He was going to make a nice profit, and I don't think he's worried about money at this point in his life. He's in his 80s. He wants to win a championship. The one thing that he has been chasing since he bought the Angels, from Disney, by the way, is to win a championship. And he's probably thinking as they got closer to signing the papers and having the owners have to okay the deal, he's probably like, man, I'm not done yet. And I'm thinking, when I saw this story today, I'm thinking Bill Belichick is not done. He's got something else he wants to prove, but he thinks he needs better people in certain positions. And Matt Patricia, this is no slight on him. He's a defensive line guy. He's thinking, I need an offensive-minded coach, and I know this guy. And so he probably texted him right when the season was over, even maybe before. And, Bill O'Brien is up for the challenge to come back to the NFL and leave Alabama. That probably is a pretty sweet gig, but we've seen a lot of people go through Alabama and then go on to another gig.
The word that popped in my head when I saw it was Bill O'Brien was relationships. I mean, not only the previous relationship that Belichick's had with Bill O'Brien in that offensive coordinator role back when Tom Brady was there.
Yep.
He's also a quarterbacks coach there, also coached running backs there. So he's been a big part of the offense, especially when things were clicking for the New England Patriots. The relationship between Nick Saban and Bill Belichick is alive and well with this move.
Absolutely.
I mean, the love for Mac Jones, I don't think exists if the relationship between Nick Saban and Bill Belichick didn't exist. And I think the writing is on the wall.
What do you think that Nick and Bill talked and said he probably needs a better guy?
Or maybe give him the guy that we've had for the last 2 years running the offense Mac Jones has been used to prior to coming to New England. So there's that relationship too. It spells out to me that Bill Belichick wants to fix Mac Jones or
no, support him.
Exactly.
Get better support.
As best way possible. And I said to you, I think it was either Monday or last week or late last week, that having consistency with an offense, especially in the NFL during the offseason, is so vital. So vital. So to make that move, to get Patricia out of that role and to get the ball rolling now with not only are we going to have an offensive game plan that's different, offensive playbook that's a little different, but doing it now, we can go to the kitchen, using Parcells' terms, and pick out some ingredients in the draft that are going to fit this little menu that we're about to cook up in the offseason. I'm not a fan of Bill O'Brien. I'll tell you that right now. I think he was not the most successful in Houston. I shouldn't say, because Houston's history is so bad. I think Kubiak was better than him, and Bill O'Brien was the second in a franchise that was crap. But never won a playoff game for Houston. Got DeAndre Hopkins ran out of there. DeAndre Hopkins left him. J.J. Watt, who was in Houston for years, didn't want to stick around with Bill O'Brien either. He clashed with Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson was kind of saving his bacon in a lot of those seasons to make him better than 500. But when they did have good teams, they were exited in the first round pretty quick. Just not a fan of him being a head coach. Doesn't mean he's not going to be a great offensive coordinator. He did really well with Penn State. That's what kind of got him on this role after he left New England. In the last 7 years, he's been somewhat successful. And I even threw some of those Houston seasons in.
What did you think of the news then that DeAndre Hopkins likes the Patriots?
I think that's crazy. I'm seeing that now. I mean, I don't think
this guy traded you, but you might have to work with him again.
So the DeAndre Hopkins stuff came out like a week ago. And I thought at that time, brilliant. That's great. Exactly what they need. Because
they need a veteran pair of hands.
Not only that, they need somebody on the outside that's fast. I mean, they just need a wide receiver for the first time since Randy Moss. And it's been a long time for this franchise to actually have some talent on the outside that you got to pay attention to. And I thought when DeAndre made that comment, yes, that's what everybody needs. I think DeAndre Hopkins loves the militant style, the, no joking around kind of no days off Patriot way.
Absolutely. Listen, and he was tied for 43rd in receptions, had 3 touchdowns, was his 65th with wide receivers. He doesn't want to be
better than that.
Yeah, he's better. He doesn't want to be with Kyler Murray the rest of his career.
That's got to be it. I mean, that's got to be it, why he wants to get the hell out of there. But now that you bring Bill O'Brien into the whole mix, I don't know how DeAndre's feeling about that. Honestly, don't. I think they should bury the hatchet, because I do think that I think DeAndre Hopkins on the New England Patriots is a great idea. Great idea.
Do you think there's any kind of barriers with Mac Jones because they're bringing Bill O'Brien back? Because, you talk the same language at Alabama, and we can say, I don't understand this, but it's like this and this, and I can, kind of bring the two languages together.
I think that's exactly why they do it. Exactly why they did it.
And is that a slight on Mac Jones?
Kingsbury and Kyler Murray. I mean, you put the two together hoping for magic.
I mean, it could be, if you want to look at it that way. Like, if he goes to, let's say Mac Jones goes to my Colts in a couple of years, and you're right, he's only been used to that Alabama offense, and he's only had really 2 different playbooks. Like, yeah, you're right. I guess he's not more of a diverse quarterback than some others in the league. But if you want to win this year, if you want to win with the Patriots, you set that guy up for success. And the best way to do it is have him comfortable with an offense that he knows like the back of his hand. Here's the other thing people got to remember about Mac Jones. He was in the same quarterback room as Tua and Jalen Hurts. It wasn't like he was a freshman and then had a great season and then bounced. Like, that's Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow was at LSU for 1 year and had a great season and then bounced to the NFL. Mac Jones has been in the Alabama quarterback room for 4 years and in the Patriots quarterback room after that, and that's it. So I don't know, chalk it up to the it is what it is files. And if you want this guy to be successful, give him the stuff that he really knows, that is second nature to him, that he can manipulate. Because I think that's what the biggest thing was last year. It's hard for a quarterback to manipulate the play, call audibles, adjust the positioning in the formation when it's really not his call. He really isn't comfortable with the offense, and he doesn't know if the other guy, Matt Patricia, wants him to move that receiver tighter. He didn't have that freedom, and I think that freedom comes with the comfort of having the offense in the back pocket. Now that he has Bill O'Brien, or at least I should say now that he has an Alabama-based offense like he was used to in those 4 years of the quarterback room, I think he will be more successful. But it's the NFL. You still need Jimmies and Joes. The X's and O's are one thing, but in the NFL, you still need Jimmies and Joes. They've got to get a wide receiver. Got to.
Absolutely. Speaking of wide receivers, people are still talking about Stephon Diggs and the way he acted during the game.
What do you think about that?
And I have
It's
no
right up
problem
your
with
alley.
it. No problem with that. Well, listen, because the truth always comes out, and he did not leave as quickly as it was said. And he did stay for Sean McDermott's closing comments to the team, and then he left, and a lot of other teammates left. It's just he's more of a high-profile guy. Now, this whole thing with Duke Johnson saying, hey, come on back in, and blah, 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 blah. You know, that's Duke Johnson being a veteran guy that's been around, and he's like, listen, this probably won't look good for you. He's probably trying to protect the brand more so than you know, how it might look. But I have no problem with this whatsoever. First of all, the fact that you're still talking about the Buffalo Bills, they're not moving on. You know, if this was something on a winning team that you two were fighting, and you're going on to the championship, you know, of the conference, that's a different story. But listen, people are picking at Josh Allen right now. People are picking at everything they can with the Buffalo Bills. I think they're just fine. Give the Bengals some credit. I loved what Ryan Clark said. He said, listen, the Bengals have beaten the Kansas City Chiefs 3 times in the same calendar year. They've now beaten the Buffalo Bills. They're 4-0 against those teams the last 4 times they played them. We should be talking about the Bengals, not so much the Buffalo Bills. So, yeah, does it look awful? Listen, I fought my manager on national TV.
Yeah.
It happens. You know, if you have two personalities that want to win and hate losing more than they like winning, like Lou and I, you're going to have your spats. It's like a family. I think that he and Josh Allen love each other. I think they're close. I think the Bills are as close as the Bengals are. It sucks to lose, man. Nobody likes to lose. So losing on that stage, losing with all eyes on you, and you know, thousands upon thousands of cell phones that were out watching the whole thing, it sucks. But I'm a huge Stephon Diggs. I take him on the Cowboys.
No, I got zero problem with it. I think the relationship is strong. I think you will see Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs in May, if not sooner, working at 7-7 Skelly in Buffalo, getting ready for next season. I think it's emotion. I've been there. Everybody's probably been there. When something doesn't go your way and you lose, maybe the best thing to do is to walk out of the room, because you never know. You could be putting your head coach in a headlock and then telling people to shut cameras off.
Dude, I mean, listen, since it's my birthday, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about me. In 1989, after Pete Rose was suspended, I got kicked off the team.
Right.
Okay, with 2 weeks to play. People may not know the story. I'll tell it to you anyway. Tommy Helms and I didn't see eye to eye, and he basically said, leave. He can't. I have a contract. Marge Schott basically told me, in 2 weeks, I'm firing the manager and the general manager. Go in there and do what you got to do to make things right. I had to go in there.
Yep.
I apologized to my teammates. Basically what Shannon Sharpe just did, except I didn't have the platform back in 1989 to apologize. And within seconds, my teammates would not let me finish the statement. They all gave me a big bear hug and were like, dude, of course we take you back. We love you. So
and that's
family.
And also that's in a world of winning too.
Yeah.
And I totally understand it, you know, even when things are going good. Totally understand it. But I even understand it more when you're a team like the Buffalo Bills, where everything was set up for you this year. It was Super Bowl or bust. What happened to DeMar was tragic, but to get over that hump and to be where they were on that game, they for sure. But still, It felt like they had, you know, the wings on their shoulders too, and nothing could stop this team. the frustration of being shut down in that game at home boiled over for the guy.
Right.
And I totally get it. Like, he's not mad at Josh
We're not
Allen.
talking about Bosa on the Chargers. Which Bosa's that? Tony? Which one is that?
I think so. It's not Nick.
Okay.
I think
so
Nick's San Francisco.
the other brother smashes his helmet. The head coach picks it up. He smashes it again. And it's like, yeah, your 12-year-old self comes out. I'm sure Stefan would like to take it back. I'd like to take back the thing with Lou. As you get older and you reflect, you're like, man, that was so stupid. But you're 25 years old, 26 years old. You know, I mean, and to Stefan, what makes him great is his passion. I would never take that away from him.
Right.
You know, I mean, what makes all of these guys so amazing is in their moments of frustration. We get to watch them melt down. It sucks. But it's like, I would not change a thing with this guy. He has been amazing because I watched the big picture. He's great with the fan base. Every damn game, he's going over. He's getting sneakers made for kids with issues, and he's giving them these sneakers and stuff. And you're one little snippet that you want to pull and say Stefan's got issues. No, he doesn't. That's one little snippet in time, and I'm sure we'd all like that snippet back. But it's the 99 other times that you don't see what he's doing that I love this guy. That it's not even on the football field, that makes so much more of a difference to me. So, yeah, I mean, listen, I thought the Bosa thing was actually better. I love when dudes like melt down, and then you go and you try to help the guy save himself, and he just doesn't want to be saved.
Yeah.
I don't want to be saved right now, and he smashes it down again, and it's like, that's human. That's the human element that we try to strip from these guys and make them like robots.
So
I don't dig that.
I just like guys that love winning games, like because we're paying these guys so much.
That's what you're paying me for.
But there's so many people that don't care about the wins and losses, that only care about their paycheck. They don't care about the legacy of being in the sport. They care about their legacy on social media. They care about all this other crap that not has anything to do with what us fans want them to care about. Diggs is caring about what us fans want him to care about, and we're mad about him caring about that. Like, I don't get that.
I'm mad at you for caring too much.
No problem with him doing what he's doing. I'm just going to tell the Bills fans right now who are weary that, like, Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs are going to break up.
They love each other.
They're going to be fine, and they're going to work even harder than they did this
past
past
That's a great point.
season.
Every marriage, you have some ups and downs. You fight. You got to try to work it out. You need it.
Mm-hmm. Makes you
healthy.
grow.
It's healthy.
Makes you grow.
Absolutely.
They gonna be
anything
fine,
you want to add? Are you, as a Giants fan, do you wish that like Saquon Barkley smacked Daniel Jones? Because both of those guys, I think, are too nice.
I'm not a Giants fan.
Yeah, Kurt just likes Giants in general, not the New York Giants. He likes big people.
I think you like the
Like
Giants.
the Green Giant, like the Jolly Giant.
Jolly Green Giant. You like that guy?
Top Giant, yeah. I'd say top 10 Giant. Jolly Green Giant.
Speaking of which, Daniel Jones. Are we paying this dude?
I mean, coming up with what we came up with yesterday, I think he should, and I think the price is going to be right. I think he is going to take a discount for it, and I think you lock that up before you lock up Saquon.
I think I'd like to overpay for less years.
I'm big on that deal. I'm really.
I just don't have that much faith down the road.
Well,
like
because
yeah, you're
listen-
a guy, but I don't know
Well,
if you're
they
the
are
guy.
going-
But
They
the
did say
cap
they
hits
are
on these
paying.
guys. Explain this: that these cap hits are monumental. Even if I get rid of this guy, it's still dead money. And
Yeah, and then you can't pay the bottom part of your roster that really does make the plays. But the Giants say they're going to pay him. Like, they already came out. Shane had came out and said that he is their quarterback of the future.
Yep.
They just don't know how they're going to get there, but they will get there. And so they're going to pay him. And
Wasn't that fascinating what Mike Petraglia was talking about? How much has to be in escrow and all that other
Yeah.
stuff? Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's
Mike.
got to be ready to be paid. You can't just promise somebody money that doesn't actually exist and then be like, oh, you know what? That money I told you about, it was all in this big roller coaster we thought were going to be
I bet
great.
the
but
owners of
roller
the
coaster
Padres wish
failed.
they could get back some of that Tatis money.
I bet they
Painful.
I
How about
bet
the
they do.
Dodgers and Trevor Bauer?
Now, here's another thing. That's a good point. When it comes to NFL, when it comes to cap, when it comes to real money, one thing that's been very enticing since Deshaun Watson's latest deal has been guaranteed money, like you baseball boys get every single contract. I think if you worked out some guaranteed money in that Daniel Jones deal, it may save you some bucks in the long run rather than having to spend it.
Aaron Rodgers, this is breaking news on the Pat McAfee show, said he would rework his deal with Green Bay if he comes back to play. So he would change his $150 million to try to get better, which I think is good on his part.
Is there anything in stipulations where he gets to make the first 2 draft picks?
I don't know, but he's guaranteed $59,465 if he plays in 2023.
And he knows exactly what you're talking about with the cap.
Is monstrous,
the cap will kill you if you don't want, your offensive lineman to keep you safe. If you don't want your wide receivers to catch your footballs, then you're going to be a $59 million dude not playing in the playoffs
running for your life.
Right. Maybe
running for your life.
Hopefully not in the hospital. So if you want to stay upright, maybe be in the playoffs, hell, dare I say win a Super Bowl and another MVP. I think you may have to give up some dollars in order to do that.
Yeah, he didn't want to be a Jeopardy question.
Man, drafting a receiver. There's so many teams. The Giants, the Patriots, the Green Bay Packers.
I'd be calling, if I'm Aaron Rodgers, I'm calling DeAndre Hopkins. Dude, you want to play Green Bay? You like the Colt?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's great timing for receivers right now.
All right, a lot of other stories, including Nelson Cruz found a team at like 45 years old, whatever age he is. We'll tell you about it next. Dibbles and Bits coming up. Brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss, and then we'll talk to Steph Barasa after that.
Steph.